Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? We are back. We have a quarterfinals matchup here. We're going to be casting this evening. It will be Funny Liquid versus Whartonite or Joe Harry 10. And this is the quarterfinals. Winner moves on to face Daru Blas in the semifinals. It will also be a best of 5 map draft here. We have Funny Liquid picking Force and Mott and Bailey. Joe Harry picking Battlegrounds and Nomad Hubs. And then we will have Arena Cove all the way down here as map number 1. As far as the civilizations go, Funny Liquid chose Goss. They were sniped from him. He banned Mongols. He'll have Dravidians, Mayans, Spanish, Malay, Berbers, and Tatars remaining. Meanwhile, Joe Harry picked the Gujars, but they were sniped from him. He bans the Byzantines. We'll have the Koreans, Italians, Bengalis, Lithuanians, Teutons, and Slavs. So lots of civs, lots of maps. Best of 5 underway. Here we go, guys. Game number 1, Arena Cove. We have Funny Liquid here in the red, and he will be playing with the Berbers. An interesting choice. Not a civ we've seen on this map a ton, which makes it a little bit more interesting to see picked here, as again, we don't generally see this pick all that often. So, sorry about the audio there. What that was, something little issue, no big deal. And then we have Joe, Harry, or Whartonite here with the Bengalis, and we have seen this pick a few times. Nothing too crazy, nothing too surprising. They are quite the naval civilization. But to see how this one shakes out, though, obviously, if you guys aren't familiar with the map, Arena Cove, fish is the name of the game here, as there's a whole lot of it. And I probably didn't even grab it all. There we go. 17,000 food in the middle, but we have seen some very lengthy late game scenarios on this map, which I think really make it all the more interesting to watch, and all the more interesting to see strategy choices here. We will see both players fighting for the water early, but if you do lose it, then you can click up fast enough and get a land boom going on. Not generally out of the game, can come back from that position. It is quite interesting. Funny Liquid does have a sheep here, so it makes me think he wants to push the deer to the town center. So I have to wait and see if that is in fact the case. The Bengalis get an additional benefit, as they will get 2 additional vills per age up per town center. So it's an interesting bonus. We'll have to wait and see how that comes into play. And Funny Liquid is indeed going to push these, same as Joe or Whartonite. So we'll have to wait and see how everything works out here. Good scouting here with the sheep. Neither player really too concerned. This is set starting positions. If you start here, your opponent is always here. Vice versa, if the starting is up here and here, same difference. Map shuffles equally. So we'll have to wait and see. This is getting down to the end here, though, folks. This is a quarterfinals matchup. We already have a semifinalist awaiting the winner of this set. And then we have a finalist already at that stage waiting. You guys have missed out. All the videos are up on YouTube, or you can find them here with the Twitch VOD system, whichever you would prefer. We do have Funny Liquid out here to the dock first. And interestingly, it doesn't seem like Joe is going to go for the water. Very interesting. I'm very curious how this will work out. Funny Liquid will be clicking up here before too long. Very interesting predicament indeed. A new build, something we haven't seen on this map at all yet. So that is quite exciting. We'll see what Whartonite has in store for us here. Bringing in his boar, pushing his deer. A villager going out here, but for what? Just the house, it seems. Another boar on its way in here. There's a hotkey issue we saw with the pause. Not a big deal. for number 2 under the town center. And we only have one fishing ship, and it's on shore fish, actually. Not the greatest of situations here, but very interesting nonetheless. Now, the Berbers have faster ships. That is something to pay attention to. But I'm not sure if he's going to add fish here. 2 population behind. He's trying to click up. Doesn't have the food. Was going to try to go up before Loom. He will have to wait. And he even queues another build. So I think that this is just not quite the build that he was looking for. Bit awkward. We'll have to wait and see how everything shakes out, though. Obviously, it is quite interesting. Feudal Age clicked beforehand, though, for Word of Night, so he will be okay. His gold is close to the shore here. Secondary one safer, of course, so I like going out to the forward one first. I do think that is the play. Not on to gold just yet here for Funny Liquid, so let's wait and see what he goes for. Looks like he's going to send a few bills out there now. Dock numbers will be important. 1 fishing ship here to 3. Doubleville taking the shore fish as well, and then we will see a second dock for both players coming up here. So it will be 2 docks for each to start. Now we're seeing that lumber or mining camp come down here. And all things considered, Funny Liquid does have the population lead at the moment, but as soon as Feudal Age happens, it will be even. The 2 additional villas pop from this town center here, and there they are. Nice little subtle little wall off here to prevent any sort of a landing. I actually don't mind when players build docks down in that area. Kind of like it. Will be fire ship v fire ship here. And we'll have to wait and see how that works out. We do have double bit X coming in a little faster here for Ward of Night. So we'll see if that pays off here. 3rd dock going to be coming out though. So that is also going to be super important here. Dock numbers and production. Economically, things are split evenly. 10, 7, 8 respectively for all the resources. So it's quite interesting. We do have an attack here, and Joe might be coming back with his scouts to try to deal with that. 2 fire ships for each, both headed in here. And we do have the ones patrolling here, getting a little bit of a better exchange. But micro will be important. Got to wait and see what happens here. More fire ships in the queue. It is 3 docks to 2 still, though, so Ward of Night or Joe Herrick will fall behind in the production relatively quickly here. He needs to get another dock down. Just doesn't have the wood eco. I think he has a little bit too much on gold right now. Maybe not. It's a fine balance. He's added a demo in there as well. That's going to be his best friend here for the next few minutes. But military numbers currently in favor of Ward of Night, and Funny Liquid not patrolling, so that is a bit painful. But he will have the numbers advantage here. He's also queuing up some demo ships himself. Joe or Ward of Night needs to pull back here. His ships are slower as well, so he can not afford to run away as simply as he would like. Demos will be coming though. Much better fights here for Funny Liquid as he will get Town Watch because he is housed. Gold mining upgrade coming in. Oh, the scout fight did happen and Funny Liquid won that as well. Demos about to come out 3rd dock as well. Could be a big demo. There's a lot of demos out on the map right now though. We'll have to wait and see how this all hits. 2 demos for each, and that's going to be a good hit. Oh, the demos are looking very good here for Funny Liquid, and Joe may be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to try to trade off, but again, not the greatest trade. Militarily, it's not looking so great right now. The fishing ships are still alive, but will they survive for long? No, they will not. And the third dock did come, but it was a little too late, I'm afraid. We'll see a mill in the walls here just to get it up. Surprised he didn't put it on those final two deer, to be honest. Lots and lots of ills queued here. So, with the winning water play, we're going to see the shift onto farms begin as we already see horse collar coming in for both players. Joe is going to continue commit Word of Night. I need to change the scoreboard so everyone knows what I'm saying, but militarily it's 10-3 here, and good micro from Funny Liquid to continually pull these back. He might lose one here in the north, but that'll be the first one he's lost in a little while. That is only the second unit lost for Funny Liquid. Quite the trade-off. No one to repair this either. Fishing ship forward, a little bit of an awkward strategy. Probably just a misclick. Nonetheless, I think that this is a good time to keep fighting, but Word of Night is going to be behind, and I think he should potentially just garrison some ships and try to shift onto more of a food eco, as we do see both players adding farms. So, fish up to 5 fishing ships here for Funny Liquid, so he's looking to take full advantage. And yes, the garrison has occurred, so he could really surprise with the numbers, especially if Funny Liquid isn't here to deal with this. The farming is a little interesting. He's just going very close, but these vills will have to walk a very far way to drop off. And 13 fire ships with 4 more in the queue. That is quite a bit here. So he will continually produce, and there will be that mill that I wanted to see earlier, but guess he wanted the upgrade before seeding all these farms. It makes a lot of sense. More fishing ship numbers, probably not a bad idea at this point. He didn't invest super heavily to it, but he does have 5 fishing ships out. The population, though, for a villager count is 45 to 43 right now, so it is interesting. Funny Liquid has a little bit more in the way of idle TC time, but all things considered, I think everything should be fine. And everything pops out to a waypoint, and those demos didn't even trade off very well, and I think he should just cancel his remaining production. He's continually trying to produce, though. He's not taking the greatest of trades. So KD is just absolutely insane right now. 22 to 6. Yeah. Even after that demo. Even after that demo, it's still not a great KD. You have the barracks coming down here for Funny Liquid now. And is he going to add more fishing ships? He's won the advantage. He's continually adding fires because the opponent is going the same. That dock will go down before the demolition raft pops out, potentially doing a favor for Joe, saving him some resources. Farming numbers will be up to 20 on that side. Only 8 on this side with 5 on fish. The fish do get less and less efficient. So it will be important to see how things work. And Funny Liquid will be the first to click to the Castle Age. So he will be pretty comfortable. And he's going to add some scouts. Maybe just for some map control. Not a bad choice either. Could even see a transport. We are going to see that galley shift come. And a lot of this gold has been taken, but there's still a lot left in this gold mine here. A little under 2,000 gold remaining there. And Joe not able to click up just yet. He's missing his buildings. So it's going to be a bit rough for him to come back from that position. Scouts coming out, I think, is a great touch. And actually, they might even find some damage, because this is going to be down before long. Fletching coming in as well. This gold here was abandoned. 1,947 gold remaining. And Word of Night here is going to be in a bit of a bad spot, to be honest. Villagers moving forward. Could potentially see some very forward wall offs here. Never know. But obviously not the best water play. Really hard to keep up with that, especially with the KD, what it is. Funny Liquid is higher elo. I can pull the elos up for you guys for those who are interested here. But in the meantime, Castle Age Rise. We're gonna see foraging coming in here. We're gonna have to see four scouts, including the starting scout, coming in. So obviously, a bit rough. And we're gonna see some towers here from Joe. I think is interesting. I like it, but will it be enough as villagers are gonna die here? And the GG comes in there. Not too surprising. For those who are wondering about elos, let me pull those up here while we have a moment. So Joe is at a 1632 elo currently, 1638 high, while Funny Liquid's at 1671, 1745 high. So a bit of a difference there. And Funny Liquid will take game number 1. And to avoid confusion, I will fix the username because I will call him Joe. That will happen frequently here. Alright, and let's pull up the Civ drafts here yet again. As we saw a victory for the Berbers and a defeat for the Bengalis on the neutral home map of Arena Cove. We'll now head to one of Joe Harry's home maps of either Battlegrounds or Nomad Hubs. Give me a second to load in to game number 2 here. Game number 2 will be on Nomad Hubs. So Nomad Hubs here, coming at you. Going to be quite interesting to see how this one works out. We see Joe in the Italians putting his town center down in a very decent position. He's going to be on a wood node, or wood hub, sorry. But he will have some hunt right there, has some berries. But right next door, we see Funny Liquid going to have a similar issue here, as he will be in the same spot, but with a boar and some hunt nearby. Both players very, very close as well. So that is always going to be an interesting position here. I have to wait and see how everything shakes out, obviously, but basically the map does not have any sort of treaty or anything. This is old school nomad start. So players will be on top of each other. Italians versus Malay. But Joe with the Italians in a good spot here. Probably a better spot, I would think, just because Funny Liquid kind of pushes himself into a corner here, whereas Joe has a lot to the north and a lot of area to expand that way. But never know how players will expand out. It's always a mystery how everything will work out, honestly. But time will tell. Alright. So, sorry, we got a lot of stuff going on in the background right now. Just a heads up in case I am to lose power. I don't expect it to happen, but the weather here is getting quite stormy, quite rainy, and if it does in fact go out, I will be back as soon as it's back on. Don't anticipate it happening, but just in case it does, just a little bit of a forewarning for you guys that could potentially happen. Again, I don't anticipate it happening, but in case it does. Well, you guys have an idea. Otherwise, we have a very interesting Civ matchup. Not one that I'm super familiar with seeing here. Obviously, there's a lot of potentially different matchups, especially considering we have a bit of a different map here, right? There is the hub situation, but again, there's a lot of resources on all of these. The mineral hubs, if I haven't mentioned already, have 1,200 gold per tile. This mineral hub alone has 14,400 gold. So it's a very interesting map. Lots of potential here, and lots of different things potentially happening. Obviously, the food hubs becoming a big deal. Joe did get loom early while I was trying to figure out things over here on the side, but he will be down a little bit here. He will have a cheaper uptime, but we will see a faster uptime for the Malay. So it is an interesting situation. We'll, of course, have to wait and see how everything shakes out, but I like it. It's different. We've seen a lot of unique Civ matchups, I think, based on our draft system. And I think that has done a lot of good for the competitive side of this as well here. Obviously, players of all levels in the 1700 bracket, basically 1300 to 1700, and we've seen quite a few players go through due to the draft system, I think. Which I think that's quite nice, quite enjoyable to see a little bit of a different paced situation there. Nonetheless, this map is very unique. We love to see it. We have seen it quite a few times, especially as we've gotten into the later stages of this one. We haven't seen the likes of Watershed very often. Have seen Flooded Hill and Water Arena a bit more than I would have expected, to be honest. But nonetheless, it's been a lot of fun to see how everything's been working out. Let's take a quick look at the scouting here. Joe has no idea where Funny Liquid is. Doesn't even see a house or anything, and I don't know if this was a starting reveal. I imagine it probably was. And then, of course, we see probably the same here for Funny Liquid, so neither player really too familiar with where one another is. That said, the Malay player here, Funny Liquid, clicks up and will be up much faster at this point now. And Joe could click up, just hasn't. Did he need the second building? Is that, yeah, he just was missing the lumber camp, I think. And we will see that Funny Liquid should get some vision on this here very shortly. Not yet. Maybe if he gets Town Watch. Interesting spot to put that. I guess he sees pretty much everything else. He will go for a dock. We will have a Malay dock. That's an interesting idea. We'll see if that strategy pays off. Obviously, it's for fishing ships, I would imagine. Villagers headed out here with a house. Some unique movements here from Funny Liquid coming here. He did get Town Watch, and now he sees the town center, sees the houses, knows exactly where his opponent's going to be. Meanwhile, Joe still has no idea. And we do have the fishing ships, so this is going to be a fishing play here on the map. Obviously not something we see frequently, not something we've seen at all, really. Maybe you tried once or twice in the past. They'll have to afford the trap, the fishing trap. But this thing really hasn't done much. It's quite a large investment here. Check in on that later. Nice little wall up here to prevent players from moving around. And we do see the tower here under the... Gonna be able to shoot under the town center. Actually, it claims a deer, interestingly enough. Or, sorry, a sheep. More fishing ships, but yet no fishing economy out of those just yet. So that's interesting. We'll have a dock over here. Maybe he'll think better of it, but that's an interesting play. On to the mining camp here. Funny Liquid, again with the villager lead here. But he's going for some aggression, and we are going to see Town Watch from Joe, as well as a Catholic sooner, I would imagine. Town Watch should expose this, I believe. Could see the dock coming. But a galley could be quite annoying there. Will, in fact, be able to see it now. That is quite the annoying dock there. Very interesting play, all things considered. We will see a stable here for Joe. And I think you could wall this in, really. It would be the best bet. Fishing ships. Got one fish trap. Yeah, just one fish trap. A lot of food on that, though, so obviously can be worthwhile. And Funny Liquid's going to lose a Vil here as he's not fighting with two. So that is quite a interesting change there. That said, though, don't really know what more he can do with this position. Just trying to avoid that outpost from going up. We do have a fire ship coming here. That will be quite annoying. And Joe is going to walk under the town center. Should not go down. Neither of those should. And he will see the fishing economy. We do have the fire here. It could do a lot of damage here. Maybe even going to have to see a pikeman here to try to deal with that. But all things considered, the scout and the town center are going to take care of it. And now we will see that walled in. So the investment probably not paying off here. As Joe sells some wood, and he should be able to click up to the next stage very shortly here. We do see a villager fight here now. Another fire to come out, but not for the moment. The scouts have slowed down the castle age time. Need to get some more gold. There it is. And castle age is on the way here. The fire ship will likely make it out. These Vils will switch back and forth. Just some casual Vil fighting here. And that fire comes, and there will be a forward tower coming here. Oh, and that Vil for Joe is toast. Villagers coming forward. That tower did get hit, so that tower is placed. Oh no. This is devastating to the villagers here. This is not what you want to see happen. It's going to be fine, but there's a demo. There's a demo coming. Oh, this could be a massive demo. Oh, this could be over quickly. Joe's already way behind. The demo pops out. Joe needs to run. Oh, baby. Just takes out 3 Vils. This tower needs to be deleted too. There's only 27 HP here. I believe it was deleted. But Joe is way behind now on his way to the castle age here. And that is going to be quite rough. Obviously not what you want to have happen. I don't think that Joe's in a good position, but he will be able to get a castle up here at some point, which could be huge. Just time will tell. Time will tell. Nice little wall off here to prevent anything. And where's the castle gonna be? Right here under or on the town center. That should be more than fine. You should easily be able to get that up. There's quite a few low HP Vils here, though. That villager there has a whole 4 HP and could potentially go down. The Vils are coming for a double tower. And Funny Liquid thinks better of it. So, he will not be able to do so. Galley up here now. More villagers on stone and food in the back. But economically, Funny Liquid is very far ahead. And that could prove to be problematic here, as he will go for some archers of his own, potentially. We do have the fishing situation up to what will be 6 fish traps. But Funny Liquid economy Looking oh so very good, all things considered here. It's going to be very, very difficult for Joe to do anything unless he can get some serious damage out very quickly. I actually think uh, a farther forward castle could have been huge, but time will tell here, folks. Castle Age not yet clicked here, Funny Liquid, so this buys Joe some severely needed time. He's gonna need to either boom or put some pressure on, and right now, I don't see either happening. He's maybe gonna try to go for a town center soon. Funny Liquid is buying and selling here, trying to get up to the next stage. Joe not producing anything, so he will drop a town center, and that town center is on a berry patch. Not my favorite town center, but what you need is what you need, and he needs some food economy for sure. And we will see the ships break loose over here, and that will be annoying. That galley will actually be super annoying to deal with. The Genbos are on their way out now, though. So will be Genbo. And Joe's just going to have to run from this wood line. There's really no point in saving it at this point. Really unfortunate for him. He will move the economy yet again. Castle Age will be in very shortly, though, and we will have a few skirmishers in defense, so the Genbo not going to do the greatest of things here. And Joe is going to have to fight for everything he's got here. I think he's going Genbo. Hoping that'll do something, but it's full-on skirm play on the opposite side here. We're going to see a tower. And more fishing chips, my goodness. The fish have paid off. I mean, he's definitely getting value out of the fishing economy here. The Genbo will move out and try to do some damage. I imagine the skirmishers will move out quickly as well. Not even fletching on this for Joe, so that will be very difficult to even fight these skirms. No upgrades compared to at least fletching. Yeah, it's going to get cleaned up without really causing much damage. And economically, just so much farther ahead here. The ships are dealt with for the time being. Joe continues to try to get things rolling here on 2 town centers, but he's very far behind. It's pretty much full elite skirm behind this. Makes it all the more difficult here. I think Joe actually needs to maybe add a knight or 2 at this point to try to put some pressure on. The economy is spread out over here, and actually, Funny Liquid has enough stone to drop a couple castles if he wanted to. And even I didn't even see him come out over here. He will have some more fish traps coming in right there. So it will be quite interesting to see how this works out for him. Economically, though, Joe's still pretty far behind. And he's not got any military really to speak of. He's making a few knights now. I think that is the right move, especially against skirms. But we will see a second town center added here for Funny Liquid. And he's got the counter unit here, going archers as well. We'll be adding crossbows that will deal with these knights that have no upgrades. And Joe's in a little bit of a struggle here. We'll be in a bit of a struggle. The earlier aggression here paying off. And we will see crossbow and bodkin coming in here for Funny Liquid as well as a monastery. He's running 2 town centers, has a 10 villager advantage. He deletes the monastery in favor of the university. Interesting choice. And these knights will not really stand a chance. Botkin's in. These knights have 0 upgrades. Joe trying to do damage, but he really just can't do anything right now. Question now is, will we see more economic position, or will we see a defensive siege workshop? What are we going to see from Joe here He'll go into a blacksmith. Didn't even realize he didn't have a blacksmith until this point. Militarily, actually full population right now, 58 for Joe, 90 for Funny Liquid, who goes into yet another town center behind this. There will be 3 town centers. He's moving everywhere he can out across the map. All the way down here, and wouldn't be too surprised if we saw more fishing economy come into play. And Joe's waiting on upgrades here. Gotta wait for the upgrades to come in. Ballistics is coming in though. And Funny Liquid will walk right into the town center. These villagers will be in some trouble. We'll have to run out of here. And what's up, I will heal you. Welcome, welcome. Hope all is well, man. Haven't really been around much. I haven't been able to catch any of your streams. Hopefully they're going well. Just got back into town not long ago from a family trip, so trying to wrap up some casting here. Joe, though, losing a lot more here in the way of villagers and idle TC time. There comes the siege workshop, more military here to do the damage. And the knights are in, they're actually killing fish and whatnot, but skirms and the crossbows doing some work here, and he can only afford a scorpion right now. So, not looking good for Joe in game number 2. The scorpion will be out, but realistically, that's not going to be enough to deal with everything here. We just have to wait and see how everything goes. Siege workshop, and we still have the knights over here doing some damage. They've killed 7 economic units. Are all fishing ships, and not counting the fishing traps, which is quite nice. But again, the economy just so far ahead at this point. There's really not much in the way of an answer still. Scorpion is here. He's going to send a villager out to try to repair this. And he'll get very, very lucky here and get a few more as another scorpion will pop out. Villager cannot run away from the skirms. And Joe is going to be in some more trouble here. And that will be a very forward castle with a Mangonel coming forward as well. So that is going to be the position that Funny Liquid wants to send it, and he will send 12 vills, so he should be okay here. Just don't kill your own stuff, that's the problem. That will go down. Castle will come up. Villagers are on the move, though. For a counter castle, there's a Mangonel here, so maybe not the end, as that will kill the Mangonel for Funny Liquid, and I don't think this is going to go up here. But at what cost, yet again, is the question. There are a lot of units on the field here, more villagers going down. Military, though, still very, very far ahead, as these vills will just continue on forward and drop a castle over here. Kind of cementing that Joe will be in the back, and we will see some rams going to be produced. Let's try to push this now. This Mangonel going to get a nice shot on some skirmishers. Probably his last shot. No, he gets another one onto those crossbows. That was an excellent turnaround of kills, but those Mangonels are not going to be in time to kill that, I don't think. Mangonel shots have proven invaluable here for Joe. Gonna need to repair that, though. That castle will go up in the meantime. And there's just no threat on the economy. These 2 knights have gotten 8 kills, which is all the fishing traps that he had and fishing ships he had over here earlier. But again, there's only so much that can be done here. Funny Liquid going for a Castle Age ram push as well. So he's gonna lose a few archers for free. A little unfortunate for him. But he's not too worried about that position. It's a shame that these knights have been forgotten about and just aren't attacking. There's a lot of eco over here, but Obviously, a lot going on in the game as well. Mangonels could deal with the Rams should we see the Ram push come in. Economically, Joe's only behind by, what, 21 villagers now? But it could be more here momentarily. The Mangonels are coming to try to deal with the archers here. We'll get a shot off. A couple vills will go down. And they will just simply turn and run away. Karambits are on the way, though. So we're gonna go with Karambit spam. It's gonna be an all-in Castle Age push. Maybe gonna get a few more rams there. He could easily take out at least one of those castles. Especially if he goes for that one there. Obviously a tough position for Joe to be in here. Both of these guys pretty much at the limit here with their resources. No one really saving up, but Joe unable to really mass much of a military. Could be massively problematic here for him. The Knights did get some more use here. Or maybe they went down. This is a fresh one here. But he's gone back to the fishing eco, trying to deal with that. Will kill another fishing trap. Will not get away. Monastery does finally come up. And we'll see Malay stables. We're going to see Malay elephants potentially here. We'll see gill nets all the way over here as we're going to see the fishing economy going to be going insane over here soon. That tower still being annoying as well. And Joe is going to lose another vill for free potentially. Yeah, doesn't see that in time. Army Eco's looking very nice for him though. He's up to 35 farms. No upgrades on those farms though. And we're going to see some big shots here, looks like. Out patrolling. Oh no, he sees it. He's not going to get many kills now though. And the GG will come in. Funny Liquid goes up 2 games to none here. And this one just kind of spiraled out of control from some damage done from Funny Liquid. He was able to do some damage while Joe was going for the Castle Age play. And it didn't quite work out. Night Noble 24 with their Tier 1 sub. 17 months night. Thank you very much, sir. And yes, Joe's games indeed. I've been trying to get to things in regards to casting all week long. Hasn't happened, but I got some time tonight. Hopefully, the weather holds up and I don't lose power. Don't think I will, but it is going to be raining here. If it's not already raining outside. Let's see. Malay victory over the Italians. So, we'll go to Joe's final home map now of Battlegrounds. And he's in a do or die situation. I did not ask. I asked in the one chat. I asked if anyone was interested to let me know, and no one responded, so I assumed I was on my own. And it's alright. My schedule's been terrible. It's been difficult to even get to this point to cast these games, so just gonna keep on rolling tonight, though. We'll have finals from the 1300 to cast soon. Game number 3, folks. Funny Liquid with the Tatars here in teal yet again, and he will be going up against Joe in a do or die situation with the Teutons. Joe is going to need his position. You need a win. Alright. Never gave a notice when you left. I mean, never gave notice. I made several announcements tonight that I was leaving for a trip. Several. See, announcements and the player scheduling. Oh no, that was to everyone. There was definitely messages to everyone. But no worries, no worries. It is what it is. Unfortunate timing. The way the tournament came together, it was just a little unfortunate. We'll probably have delays into the semifinals for the winner of this and Dire Bloss. Winner of this moves on to face Dire Bloss or LB11 or whatever the heck his name is. and I know that there's probably going to be delays for the finals because the other person who made it to the finals already, because we've already cast it up to that point, he's going to be out of town soon on his own vacation. So that's the thing with working man's tournament. We're not professionals, so we gotta just kind of roll with the punches and do what we have to do. But we'll see what happens. Okay, sure, Knight. Speaking of yelling at people, team game tournament that somebody wanted. A team game tournament that somebody wanted. There's only one team signed up for it. So we need to work on getting some of that done, folks. If you guys are interested, in my Discord, ! Discord, Team Battlegrounds 3. If we can pull together a decent number of teams, we might have another $100 team game tournament on the line. But yeah. Anyways. Joe bringing in the elephant. We'll be happy with the elephant coming in there. And get another house here. Joe is on stragglers, so I'm curious what he's going to go for here. Very curious. He's going to the mid, trying to bring in some of the goats. And it looks like there's only one left on the mini-map here. He didn't even get a few of his own at home. He does, however, have 9 of them underneath of his town center with 2 more coming. So excellently done by Joe there. Only 5 left under the town center here for Funny Liquid, who gets housed and will have to get Loom while he's pushing a deer at the same time. Always a little awkward when that situation occurs. Plus, Knight, I've noticed you've had some internet issues, my friend. So, I didn't even know if you would have a reliable internet connection to be able to cast tonight. But nonetheless, we'll move on from that subject till later. Tatars obviously have a nice advantage here with the goats, and Joe kind of stealing that away here. Tatars get a little bit more food resources off of these herdables, but all things considered, Joe bringing in a ton of them, and he will end up with a lot more food under his town center. 1,000 food under the TC here, and he's on to berries at home. He's finally gone out here to the lumber camp. We already see some walling up here. There could be a hole between these two. Not sure. Yeah, these walls that go on angles are difficult to say. But looks like they could both potentially click up at 20 pop, which wouldn't be too surprising. We've seen a lot of that, but I don't know if we're going to see it. Could be a little bit of a later play here, as Joe will drop his barracks. And Funny Liquid does click up at 20 pop, so he did cancel that additional bill. Clicks up and shifting onto more wood, likely going into scouts here. Joe will be up at 20 pop as well. A little bit of idle TC time in order to get that there. I guess with the forced drop-offs here, that is why. We have a little bit of a start of a wall up over there. Down here could wall this up as well. Just have to wait and see if he goes for that. And we see Funny Liquid pushing from the mid now. So I guess he's been pushing a lot in. I didn't even realize. But taking a lot of the hunt here. Joe will head forward here with his scout. He will see the walls momentarily. And he did see the town center already, so he knows where his opponent is. He'll see that the walls are going to be up. And then let's take a quick look at what Funny Liquid can see. He is yet to scout forward. He's actually going to come back and try to deal with this. As we do see some damage. It looks like he maybe hit the town center there. And Funny Liquid will probably just chase this down and kill it because he's going to be fine with the extra attack here and the speed. And that is a bit rough. And Funny Liquid gonna drop a stable with 2 vills in the front, while Joe has made 2 militia and is now going for the stable. I'm not gonna lie, that is a very interesting choice. He's on gold, getting double bid axe as well. I'm not 100% sure why that is. Joe's had some interesting builds so far in these first 3 games. The last game I chalk up to just he lost the game due to his greediness trying to go for the castle age much faster, and he ended up losing a lot there to the aggression, and that's what set him behind in that one. Game 1, a fairly interesting build. Joe using the Bengalis on Arena Cove, but fell short there as well. The militia are forward, and we will see 1 spearman in defense likely, yes, and then we will have some scouts in production. A very large wall up here, though. Lot of commitment to that, but we will have 3 tar scouts coming forward. Question is, will we see more spears in defense? So far, we do not have that. Up to 5 farms, and we're C5 over here as well. Joe housed again, though, and he will be forced to go for wheelbarrow, so always a bit awkward. Hasn't scouted the stable? He has not scouted the stable. He's going to go for a forward tower. Oh, man. Joe going for some heavy aggression here, and he didn't scout it. He's thinking it's an FC play. But the scouts are coming forward here. I don't even like this tower now because he's already given away that he's going to be there. And these scouts don't have any upgrades, but there's 3 of them. And only 1 spear, and there's a hill right here with the tars. It's a nice free hit there, though. This is not going to get in. The villagers are still coming forward. But the wall's pretty much already up. Very awkward position, and the gold's under attack. Town center will not really do much damage. There's now 4 of these scouts here, down to 3, but the villagers should be in trouble. Funny Liquid gonna keep hitting and running here. Another spearman on its way now. And that is what you want to do, and the spearman will be enough to defend that for now. This tower gonna go up here. This wall is actually going to go down, maybe? You know, he's going to send a Vil. Will it be in time is the question. He's not paying attention much to it. I think he goes in. It's going to be really close. Oh, he just misses getting in there. That is rough. There's going to be some extra walls coming up behind with the blacksmith. The scouts move out across the middle of the map. Maybe going to come back and try to deal with this. We'll have to wait and see. Not a drush, not a frush. It's crush. No, it's just a really late 2-man French drush. That's all. Into towers. I don't like the tower so much because Joe didn't scout the stable. If he would have saw the stable, this tower should have never been in this position. These villas should never be here. It's a fine position at the moment, but he can't get in. He should have seen the wall up. He should go around the other side. The towers, though, could continue as there's 7 on stone. That could be nice. He's going to tower here. I don't know. I don't know. It's very rough. Very rough. Funny Liquid is ahead. Joe gets housed again. He's forcing up a house. He has a few spears here. He's got his goats all taken care of. More houses coming up. I mean, Joe needs to do damage. He's invested a lot of resources into this. And right now, I'm just not sure we're going to see that damage come in. I'm kind of also surprised we haven't seen more military to try to deal with this. Or the military is not going forward to try to deal with things either. A bit awkward. Another tower. Alright, so Joe will continue to keep the pressure on with towers. I do like that. I think he's going to be at a position soon where he actually... Yeah, I was going to say he's actually going to force one, or he's going to force some more mistakes here. Wheelbarrow just now coming, market abuse on its way, and Joe just simply deletes it and moves it over. I think that was a great move, actually. Because these towers will have murder holes in the Catholic for free, so shouldn't be too worried about them getting beat down. Joe is going to be up later, though, but how much later will be the question. He also forced Funny Liquid to build that tower when he wasn't on stone, so that does help out a bit. And the big fight, not going to happen. Or maybe it will with the tower to be able to help out as well. And I think Funny Liquid just can't take this fight. He wants to. I don't think that he can. Joe looking to click up to the next stage behind this. Should be fine and dandy. Won't be, but maybe a minute behind. Should be able to get up. Oh, blacksmith. He needs his blacksmith? No, he already has stable. And the market, so he just needs to click up. There it is. He's on his way up. And we're seeing some stone walls added behind this. So that is a little bit rough. And Joe takes a good fight here. Good fight against the Tatars. Downhill hits, gonna be able to take the spear out. Joe should be really happy with his position now. That said, Castle Age is about to hit though. And we'll see what he thinks then. Fletching in as well. Be all the more annoying. And with fletching in, these scouts against the militia here, not even going to stand a chance. As the military gets wiped from the map here. Castle Age's in, we're going to see a triple range play for Funny Liquid. So he's going to go triple range 2 town centers. I don't like it. I love Cav Archers, don't get me wrong. But no upgrades, as he's going to get more now. But I don't like it. His economy will be okay, sure. But still. A bit rough. A bit rough. I like leaving these villas over here, to be honest. Might need to wall those in, but again, he's going to be up against Cav Archers, so not the most important thing in the world. And Joe is headed forward for what I assume will be a town center somewhere. Would be marvelous to get it in the middle of the map here, get some map positioning. Cav Archers, not many in number, getting some upgrades. We'll have the defensive upgrades here, and we will see knights on the field. Where are these villas going? Oh, it could be a castle over here, actually. Could be interesting. Siege Workshop, does he drop a castle here? Or is he just sending the villas forward for something else? I'm very confused by the play here. See if he buys the stone. It will be a town center at home. Scouts will run, and there is the stone being bought. And where are we going to put this, Joe? That is the question. Town center is great. Husbandry on its way in. And here we go. Where is Joe going to put it? He's going to beat down some walls. And drop it right here, I guess. It's actually going to be quite interesting. Oh no, he's going even crazier with it. And the Cav Archers are out of position. There's only a few more in production. The scouts are going to be back. That town center is going to be up. There will be a knight here. There will be some of these as well. Oh, and he's going to walk right under the fire here. He actually stops under the... Oh, this could be quick. Oh no, the mangonel though. The mangonel. And a tower. Oh, Joe's going to lose this. This all gets cleaned up here, but this is rough. 61%. It's extremely awkward. Joe is forced to run and abandon the castle here. Very rough place. Very rough place. We have 2 TCs for both behind this. Militarily, though, there's a lot more military on the field. Or there was a lot more military on the field. The Cav Archers going down, though. Not quite enough. Joe needs mangonels. He needs more villagers potentially coming forward if he's going to get that castle up. And even at that point, I don't know if he will. The mangonel will trade off? No. Oh, a better mangonel exchange here for Funny Liquid. That castle will go down. Joe might have to abandon that tower, or that castle altogether. Time will tell. Mangonel micro going to be the most important thing now. Have to wait and see what happens here. Mangonel pops. One goes down. A second one goes down. That's a huge exchange. Cav Archer's getting lost here. Does not want to lose this position. Needs to repair. Does get the repairs in, and oh man, that Mangonel has got 8 kills, and that Mangonel will go down here. Impressive. Are the villas coming for it? No villas coming for it. This castle is just sitting here as a target right now. The knights will come forward to deal with this. And the Mangonel with 8 marvelous kills is going to be annoying for at least a little bit longer. As another one even pops. There's the Siege Workshop. Do we have Mangonel coming out? We do. Gonna try to wall this up potentially. He will. Cav Archer numbers continually getting punished though. Villager goes down. There's 5 villas still garrisoned in this. This is a lot of damage. Joe doing well here to deal with this situation, but the knights will come in, and the repairs not going to be enough with the downhill hits coming in here. And again, that castle not going to be going anywhere for the time being. Stone walls over here on this side. Good damage here. Idle TC time worse for Funny Liquid, which is expected given the position that he's in. 61% on this, and then we see a very forward town center coming out here onto some gold. Both players going in the middle at the same time. I think this castle will eventually just have to be deleted. These villas have been idle for a very long time though. That is not ideal. The knights are going to be around. And they will dive. They don't have any upgrades, but +1. Town center's not garrisoned, and that will go down. The knights are going to dive back to the wood line. If they can get in, they could do some damage. And they will do some damage here. But how long? There are Cav Archers to answer. +2, 30 seconds out still. But all things considered, 1 vil maybe? 2 at most. It will be 1 vil, and that is going to be cleaned up. Bloodlines and +2 just now coming in though. Joe has a 10 villager advantage. He has quite the farm, and you go 36, 41 farms compared to just 22. The scaffold could still go up. That's the crazy thing. Devo going to try to repair that? He is going to repair that. It's hilarious. It's a lot of microing to get that stuff situated, but he deems it worthy. Defensive Siege Workshop. More stables. And the wall up will be completed here. Palisade walling that up. Funny Liquid is behind by quite a few vills here though. Economically, his eco is spread in some weird ways. Got 21 on food, 8 on gold, 19 on food, which is a little bit different. Cav Archer numbers extremely low, considering he went into 3 ranges immediately. And let's see what we have in store here. Towers will be taken out here with that Mangonel. Joe really growing that food economy right now though. He needs to delete this castle now, I think. Get back the stone that he can. And he needs to run those vills. Run those vills elsewhere, I think. Knights beginning to mass at home here. Joe does sell some food here, looking to maybe click up to the next age. Cav Archer numbers so low. Gotta keep Cav Archer numbers alive. Joe notices these do have some upgrades this time, but it looks like he will lose one maybe? No, he will get away. Lost a lot of HP on those though. Castle, again, should probably be deleted. Another town center going to be here, but we will see the university being rushed down. The knight numbers continue to grow. Only up to 6, but we're going to see the Imperial Age click relatively soon. This guy just killed one of his own villas. Yep, friendly fire. A little bit awkward there, my friend. Imperial Age on the way. The knights are doing damage over here, though. Lots of villagers going down. Town center did not pay off, and the reactions have yet to occur. It's going to be 8 vills dead here, it looks like. A lot of dead vills. Will be a 9th even. Obviously, we're losing some vills over here for Joe, but not quite as painful here. Curious if he deletes this frickin' castle yet or not. He needs to. He really does. Down to 600 HP and dropping here. I think Joe might forget about it though. Let's find out. 23 stone in the bank. Will he forget about it or not is the question. And he just lost a decent chunk of stone there. Always a bit rough. These knights are here, finding a little bit of damage. The knights that are here did eventually go down. Lots of damage was done, however. And Imperial Age on the way, and the Cavalier kind of win this, I think. You can just get the Cavalier upgrade. He does have +2, +1 attack here. Pikeman on its way. But again, he is in a fine position. 15 on stone. We're seeing masonry come in, the gold mining upgrade, and we already had stone shaft mining come in. Imperial Age is here. We see the final armor upgrade and Cavalier being clicked, and there's 12 of them on the field. Not an abundance of them in number, actually, but they will be fully upgraded. He's selling resources like crazy here. Buying some more stone. He's going to drop a castle in the middle of the economy here. And Mangonel going to find some damage. These will soon be Cavalier. Don't really want to take this fight if you don't have to, though. Joe opts to take it anyways. He's going to get cleaned up. He'll have to run. This castle could potentially be denied if all the military heads there immediately. Not doing so. It's not being reacted to. The monks are there. Getting for the conversions. Not going to be able to do so. Is a bit rough here. Siege workshops popping down. That castle does go up. A monk gets sniped. 2 town centers under danger. Cavalier is finally in. We're gonna have blast or iron casting on its way. But this fight shouldn't be hard for him to take. He just needs to get more production out for them, I think. It's a bit awkward. But I think Joe's got himself a win here as these Mangonels have killed 4 of his own units. Bit awkward, of course. Cavalier are just going to dive on this town center. This town center doesn't really stand much of a chance, and there's 14 vills here. One's already running away. But soon this will be an issue, and there'll be a town center for Joe plopped down right next to it, so he'll be fine and dandy with that. And the siege workshops, what are we going for? Joe's going for scorpions. He's out of mangonel as well, and all these vills are on the run. These scorpion bolts are going to do a lot of damage. Not to mention the Cavalier going to be there to deal with that situation. The push over here looks like quite a large one, but with the Cavalier and the Scorpion and Mangonel combo over here. They should be easily dealt with. All those vills go down. Imperial Age is on its way here for Funny Liquid, so he's not out of this yet. He has a healthy, respectable villager situation, but will it be enough is always the question. The Cav Archers come in here. Mangonel's trading off. The Cavalier kind of just dying to the pikemen here, a little bit rough. That town center's going to go down. So Funny Liquid fighting in some awkward positions, going to find himself being a-okay with that position. Did lose a lot of center control, however. He doesn't really have much in the way of gold that he's taking right now. Just the gold at home. Once that runs up, he could be in a lot of trouble. And the cleanup did end up coming in over here. Town center will be brought in again. And we see heavy scorpions being researched now. Joe should be fine and dandy with that coming in. Gold is extremely limited at home here. Only 500 remaining, really. And then you don't really want to go trash against the Teutons. They have gold. And Joe's loading a large bank of resources as he sells a lot of resources as well. No scorpions on the map. And he gets every scorpion, so those will be rolling out here. I think he's just mainly going to try to go for that comp here. 6 military to 31 though. So as long as the upgrades come in here, could be huge. Parthenian tactics will come in for free. We're going to go skirm, squires, foraging. These Cavalier though could find a lot of damage, and he will have to react to this and is headed that way. Imperial Age just now in. We don't see any immediate upgrades other than Parthian tactics coming in here. These Cav Archers are going to be a little bit lackluster at this point. And where are those Scorpions? They're still growing in number. Honestly, I think a Scorpion or Mangonel here could be the trick. Conversions! Not going to happen. They get deleted. Lots of stables coming out now. Lots of resources going left and right being sold. We will see Blast Furnace coming. We do have a Treb out here as well now. Oh, and the Cavalier get in. There's 16 villagers back here that are likely going to go down very quickly, especially if this is not reacted to. And that's another big Vill pick-off here with minimal units. Looks like they are going to go down. Over here we've got a couple Trebs. Castle going up on the hill over here for Funny Liquid, as he will add in the Halberdier upgrade. Like a lot of these vills did go down, not all of them. It's like 3 of them will escape with their lives. And we see the light cav switch coming in here for Funny Liquid. Doesn't really have much other option. We see Ironclad coming in. Lots of big upgrades for Siege right now. You know, there's a minimal amount of Siege on the map. And the Monks, a couple of them get caught out here. I think even if he loses one, it was worth the trade. Gonna see Pikemen coming in here now. The Teuton Pikemen way better than the Tatar Pikemen. Really comes to be an awkward matchup there. And we see lots of things going on in the back over there, but not the greatest. The scouts here are looking to find damage, not able to do so just yet. Travis working work here. The pikemen in production. We have the scorpions still not in use though. Would love to see those be coming forward soon, but castle has been spotted. There's 3 trebs here. Likely just gonna go try to deal with that. And Cavalier are trying to break in over here as well as scouts headed that way. Big fight over here. These units have 24 kills, 15 economic kills on top of that even. And we're seeing a lot of upgrades coming in here for the Halb. It's going to turn into a Halb siege push here. And no, the GG will come in. Joe takes his first game off of Funny Liquid here in a very interesting game. Didn't really get to see the Heavy Scorpions. A little bit unfortunate there, but these things happen. So, we will go to Funny Liquid's home map of either Forest or Mott and Bailey next, and we will see a Tatar defeat and a Teuton victory. I'm gonna grab a quick drink and I'll load into the next game, guys. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. Game number 4. Joe still fighting for his life here, while Funny Liquid only needs one game to put him away. We'll see Koreans for Joe here in the purple, and then in teal we'll have Spanish. What's on fire, game? It really sounds like something that's fire. Like over here. Capture age? Capture age bug, people? I don't know what that is. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Over here, not such an issue. Much more peaceful over here. Koreans! A very interesting pick. Civ that we've seen around quite a bit. Quite interesting. We'll have to wait and see how everything shakes out here, of course. But always fun to see how this map is played. Mon Bailey! One of these maps we've seen a lot of. And if you guys haven't seen it, we've seen quite a few games that are very surprising. Some very crazy early aggression all-ins that have worked out, as well as a few other late game situations. Funny Liquid building the houses, going out for a lumber camp. Not so sure if he's familiar. He doesn't need the houses, but it'll be interesting. Both players have some very nice mill positions. Mining camps, not all that terrible either. And of course, the caravanserai, you know, this beautiful building with a camel and a watermelon. A gold domed trade building that gives 0 perks in a 1v1, but we have it here anyways. Always fun and will be interesting to see what happens. Now, the Spanish civ that I think we've seen a lot of bans, a lot less playtime for the Spanish in this tournament due to their crazy power spikes with the Conquistador being an issue. Additionally, I think the Spanish are kind of underrated on maps, but not on closed maps. Even on open maps, though, I feel like they're pretty good. Researching things, giving you free gold, I think is quite a nice perk. We'll have to wait and see how everything works out here. Hard to zoom in here because it's like blowing my eardrums out with this fire, but we will see the hunt from all the way over here being pushed. And Funny Liquid is religiously pushing this, so we'll see what he's got in store for us. There can be, and we have seen many times, some crazy Castle Age times. Have to wait and see if that is indeed going to be the play. Joe here, obviously, with the Koreans, has some really good options against the Spanish. Getting the armor upgrades for the archer line for free is quite nice. And not to mention, all of their wood cost for military are extremely cheap. And so, not that difficult to mass. Them can actually adjust what you have on wood to have less, which is always nice. Joe pushing in some of the hunt from the opposite direction as well. Have to wait and see how that shakes out for him. Obviously, gonna be interesting to see what players go for. Tower rushes could be a probable cause here. Even tower defense against the Spanish could be very nice. But it's really hard to tell. No player really showing anything except for Feudal Age. A very quick Feudal Age here. What do we have here from Funny Liquid? A 18 pop up into what? Don't have a barracks. We haven't taken all the food. Joe is going to be later up, of course. He's going to go out to that hunt while pushing this hunt in. This is very nice. I like it. Has a lot of wood. I think players overestimate how much wood they need to gather. When I play this, I actually do like 16 pop on food alone, and then shift to a lumber camp. So, be interesting. We will see the barracks come up here. Funny Liquid though is going to be late to the barracks, I believe. Not sure it really matters. Depends on what he's going for here. Added villagers on gold, so maybe a man-at-arms play. It seems too late for man-at-arms play. I'll have to wait and see. Double bit axe. We're going to see a barracks here for Joe now. Which makes sense. He's on his way up as well. Just onto the gold. Onto the gold, onto the hunt, onto a lot of wood. No additional buildings, nothing going forward. And he's just got a scout out and about. Joe about to be up himself, hasn't seen any issues coming forward, not even concerned about it. Goes into some stone of his own. Maybe thinking about going with a tower or two to defend if need be. And will be a stable from Funny Liquid here. A very, very late stable, I would say. So he's gone up to get double bit X, build a stable extremely late. Joe will grab Loom just to be safe because he's aware that this could be some aggression coming forward. And we'll see a range and a blacksmith here while on stone. Double bit axe is in as well. Behind this, we'll see the market from the Spanish player. No additional scouts yet. Ooh, and we have a fight with the scouts here. Joe turns around and will go for the hill. We'll turn back around. Oh, this is not a good fight now. Joe needs to run. He's probably not going to be able to save it. Archer is being produced here. No gold in the bank, though, as he shifts on to gold. No scouts in production. It's a very awkward timing here. He's going to go on to stone with 5 vills. Don't know what Funny Liquid's going for. This is really awkward. I don't like it. I don't think it's very good, to be honest. Farms will complete with Horse Collar involved, which is quite a nice perk. And we see vills moving forward with a spear and a almost dead scout. And Funny Liquid, not far from clicking up to the next stage, all things to be considered. Is this going to be a late feudal age castle? Or castle. Tower rush? Wheelbarrow coming in. Quite awkward here. We'll come for a tower. This will be seen immediately as well. Let's take the point of view. Spearman is out there and was already being seen. The gate is here, so the tower will not be a surprise in any way. Castle Age is on its way, though, for Funny Liquid. This is a large investment. 5 vills and the Spearman. A few walls up over here. Probably just wall to this. No, he'll be able to wall this out. This seems very late. Very interesting position, though. Joe behind this is back onto stone. He's not on gold. He wants to continue a tower rush. I don't really like this late tower rush. It is an interesting choice. He will have some archers to back it up, so he might think he can do some damage here. But Castle Age will be in very soon. And Joe is going to be very behind, and there's going to be 11 vills on stone for the Spanish. Guessing we're going to have to see another tower place. We will. The archers will be able to deal with this. A few more walls to be brought in behind. The hunt does get finished up. And Castle Age will be here momentarily. Fletching even being invested into. I think you cancel fletching here. Castle at home. Alright, so he forced the castle at home at least. Fletching will come in, but shouldn't really do any damage here. That tower will be a loss. And we'll see a forward monastery and a mill on some more hunt here for Funny Liquid. So he's going to go into a monk play, it looks like. I doubt that's just for relics, although he will have the castle as well, so it could play into conks. It's not the end of the world either way. Scout gonna go down to a few archers here. And Joe needs to click up soon. Will be a conquistador coming out across the map. And we see some stone being sold. Buy some food. Let's run the town center maybe? I don't know. We see one monk already out as well. He's getting some more food in this way. Get a few houses. Joe's base very open still. He only has 5 on stone. Will not have enough for a castle. What will he go for is the question. Funny Liquid sells more stone and buys some more food at quite a hefty cost there. And he's not producing vills. I guess he is, but he's had a little bit of idle TC time behind this. Castle Age was finally clicked a minute ago here for Joe. Wait and see what happens. And the scout did go down to the conch. And we do have a monk coming in with the relic number 1. So it's going to be very interesting. Militarily, there's nothing in production here for Joe, but we do have conchs coming out. And monk, just one monk. Conchs should be able to do some damage, should be able to get in here. Won't take very long in that regard either. Only a few archers to defend. Maybe a town center could be the choice. Let's wait and see. It's a very interesting position. What is Joe going to go for? Double monastery. Okay. Double monastery, not a town center here. Honestly, I would have thought we would have seen the town center first, but these villas are going to be pulled. We're going to see 2 monks coming out. These villas are very exposed. Just going to run out of the north, it looks like. These guys are going to run back in here to the town center. Monks will be able to stay in their buildings should they desire to. Those villas maybe will build a town center out there, which could be good for the expansion of the economy. Guard tower here, really not doing anything. Very heavy on gold. Missionaries, okay. We'll see some missionaries coming out. Sanctity will be researched. There's a town center for Joe. Not a whole lot in the way of scouting onto where that should go, I think. Yeah, I did not find that gold. Would have been nice if he would have, then he would have some extra gold coming in, but for now, he's going to have to sell things in order to get that happen. Stable in defense. The Conquistador numbers and Atonement coming in. That's a big upgrade. The monks will be able to convert monks. And Joe looks like he could be in some trouble here, because the Conquistadors are threatening to come out, and the missionaries have shown themselves. This town center being out here, though, is very nice for Joe. Maybe even time to expand it even further. A siege workshop on the front. And potentially it would be good to see some towers to defend his eco here as Mother Monastery forward. The good news for Joe, he has done this. Let the sec, sorry guys. So there's some pause situation. That gets found though. That could be under threat. And we will see the scouts coming out, so I like that play. Another stable coming out. Joe should see this. No, he doesn't. He's town watch. He doesn't see these buildings. Bit awkward for him. Oh, the scouts coming out here. Trying to pick this off. Will pick it off. 2 of them go down. The monks will pop out now, but this could turn quickly. Monks will turn and run. A lot of vills idle here need an answer, and we have a funny liquid moving out here. It will be housed. We have a militia. I'm guessing it was a misclick. More scouts to be coming. A house here. Villagers moving out for some expansion here. Needs some, find some gold, and it's right there for him. So scouts are just posturing here. Need to see light cap come in. A market even. And now we see Inquisition coming in really early. It's a very heavy monk play. Conquistadors get out over here. Mangonel gonna head that way to try to deal with this. Joe is housed. He has a lot of vills not working. Light cav upgrade coming in. And Joe will go for a town center in the north, so he will have some safe economy. Forwardville will get picked off. That's actually a nice pick before Light Cav comes in as well. And another Forwardville could get picked off as well. Funny Liquid has fallen behind in the villager count with all this aggression. The monks come in for the conversions. But so do the monks on the other side. Will we see conversions? The conquistadors are converted. And a lot of things went wrong there for Funny Liquid, as a lot of the monks and monasteries went down. Joe could lose his here, but he will not. This is a great cleanup for Joe. Joe is in a very good position now, as we see Sanctity just now going to be coming in here. There's a castle at home. Obviously, the eco is worse off at home here for Funny Liquid, but an excellent cleanup. Excellent beyond excellent. A few vills have gone down here as well. Joe simply needs to sort out some of his food-related issues, or wood-related issues. Needs to drop some more farms, maybe shift on to some more resources here, but all things considered, he cleans everything up at home. He should be fairly happy with that. It is 2 town centers to 3 right now. And we do see very difficult wood situation over here. These villagers are moving out to stone and to gold. Monks are around. The siege push has shifted to this side. And we will see the armor upgrade coming in here. Not a big fan of that though, because obviously Conquistador is probably not where you want to go since you've invested so much into these monks. These conks will try to do some damage. Will be able to find some, potentially needs to run some more vills. But Joe probably very happy with getting his base back here. The Light Cav will try to dive, won't find any luck here. Don't think there's a hole, nope, no hole. You'll see a push over here, though. Mangonel takes out a vill. 69 vills, how nice. I don't know how long this can be outstandingly done here. Looking for relics here. We'll find one. Only one brought in for Joe, or for Funny Liquid, as he's gotten into monasteries for the most part. He's actually going to be able to get in here if he turns around. The big push over here, not really able to deal with said push right now. But should be fine with this position. Should be pretty happy with it, I would imagine. Being able to defend. Will be 2 relics coming back, and another town center going to be brought in here. He's just going to abandon this one. I think that's a fine choice. Really just on wood, so it's not the end of the world. And the Light Cav are going to dive here on to the what are these things called? Missionaries. Goodness, I can't talk. And that's a great trade. Joe in great position here. And the castle will come up right here to defend his position. I think this is a great spot for this as well. We will have the second relic almost brought in. Nothing headed this way but a light cab to see what's going on. That will not deny that castle at all. And Joe's going to be in a fine position. We see some conversions coming in. Yes, the light cab is converted back here. Now Joe does have this in the north. Does Funny Liquid see it? Is the question. He does not. Maybe that farm might be a capture age thing. Now there's no way to push the buildings here. No way to push in this position. It's really not looking great here as Joe is floating tons of resources. He could actually buy his way up to the next stage very shortly if he wanted to. It'd be great if Joe could try to do some damage here. Get in somehow. Would be marvelous for him. His wood economy is a bit of a problem right now. Don't anticipate it being a problem for very long, though. He's got this wood up here he could take. Oh no, he can't be all that upset with his position. There are only 6 monks here. The light cav are pretty much non-existent right now, so be another town center here. Joe's floating a ton of gold right now. Didn't end up bringing that in, left it behind. Moving out over here is very nice. Imperial Age is actually in first for Funny Liquid, and we see the monks potentially thinking about doing something here, but eventually he'll just have to give that up, all things considered. There's a scouts and a conquistador that's been converted looming around over here. As we see a lot of farms coming down in the middle here, which is quite nice. Again, this push can only go so far. Economically, Joe is very ahead, though. That's the position we find ourselves in. And he will buy some more stone. We'll drop another castle here. And redemption on its way. A lot of light cav, iron casting coming in, followed up by will be the armor upgrades, which will be quite nice to have. Pikemen now on the way. One relic did get knocked out here. There's 12 missionaries and or monks there, but they can only do so much, and now we see more villas going down here. Conversions are going to be attempted to be brought in. And we'll be able to do so with at least one of those. The other one will have to run. Light cav numbers are decent, though. Funny Liquid is just going to try to convert some more scouts. The light cav are diving, though. The light cav are diving. Gonna take out a monk or two. And then run. One of them is converted. That is all. That's a pretty good exchange rate, all things considered. Imperial Age is on its way. Joe probably just going to buy his way up to the next stage here. Would make the most amount of sense if you ask me. Block printing. The castles here and the trebs are going to be coming out with some squires. Pikeman block printing will be huge. Villager getting converted here. Not exactly what you want to do, but you got a lot of them, so why not? This eco in the corner here really paying off for Joe. He has bought a little bit of food to buy himself to the Imperial Age, and he will be happy to do so. 13 missionaries here. Theocracy coming in. This is like one cleanup away from being game over, I feel like, though. Block printing coming in huge. Not the biggest of deals with the range on these only being 7 plus 4 now, with the upgrade coming in, of course. Another town center. Let's see some more archery ranges added. Surprised he hasn't tried to deal with any of this here. Joe has a ton of resources in the bank. And the light cav are just going to try to find some damage over here. We'll be able to find quite a bit of it, actually. More villagers going down. Just gonna hit and run galore. And I think, honestly, some more stables. More light cav. He should be able to clean this up pretty easily. We got monks coming out as well. Will the conquistadors be converted, or will the monks be converted first? Light cav are gonna try to dive here. Trebs here trying to do some damage. Ballistic, or not ballistics. Sorry, Bodkin arrow coming in. We have 2, 3 of these coming out, and the light cav are gonna dive for the Trebs, and that is not going to be recommended, as a lot of them will go down for free and get converted here as well. So Joe is in a bit of a predicament now. About to get another castle up. And conscription +2, chain barding armor, and hussar on its way in here. Again, what does he do? What does he do if he loses his army? That is the question that is going to be difficult. Obviously, it's 36 military with 14, soon to be 16 missionaries, a few conquistadors, a few mangonels, and trebs. We are going to see masonry coming in. That is going to be quite the important upgrade here. Could be quite messy, though. 2 trebs in defense already. Masonry already coming in. Treb versus treb action, I think, is coming our way. And we see a lion doing some damage over here as Joe tries to move out. And that really won't go so well for him. Trebs here. Chemistry on its way. That could be quite huge. The hussar are diving here. One will get converted though, so this is starting to get cleaned up. And now the trebs are getting shot down here. There are 6 trebs. Uh-oh. Alright, so this might be the moment here that the game dropped. Potentially where the game dropped. Obviously, this is not ideal. This is something I've known about. They did drop. Joe with a massive population lead here, and obviously difficult to clean this military up. I told the players that they would have to restore and continue. That was my decision based on a screenshot. It was basically this. And essentially, Funny Liquid couldn't continue anyways. And if they restored, he claimed he would be too far behind. So he will then forfeit this game from this position, which I think, based on the resources and everything, it could go either way, potentially, right? Obviously, it's impossible for us to know. The game ends here, and based on Funny Liquid having to leave, catch a flight or whatever, the series took too long for him. Along with everything else, basically they are forced to play a game 5. So, we will load back up here to the civs, called a Spanish defeat and a Korean victory. We have Forest as the remaining home map for Funny Liquid. Civilizations here, Funny Liquid will have Dravidians or Mayans remaining, while we'll have Lithuanians or Slavs here for Joe. And we are going to dive into what is a decider. Game 5, Funny Liquid versus Joe Harry. Alright, Game 5. Joe here in purple now, going to be with the Lithuanians, and then we'll have Dravidians here for Funny Liquid. Again, the last game a bit unfortunate, obviously. Best situation, though, is to move on to the Game 5, and that's where we are, folks. So hopefully you've enjoyed the set thus far. Game number 5 here. Winner moves on to the semifinals to face Die Rublos. I have no idea if they've played that set or if what the situation is, because I've avoided the spoilers. Um, so I'll find out soon. Find out when the other semifinal is to be played. I'm guessing it hasn't been, but maybe it has been. Maybe they'll throw the Rex up here tomorrow since they realized that I've casted this today. Who knows? But that said, an incredible series thus far. Joe coming back down 2 games to none. Funny Liquid took the first 2 games, looking to avoid the reverse sweep here, while Joe's looking to enforce that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, boars all across the mid here. Very important with the wait and see what players go for. Dravidians is an interesting choice here. Not one we've seen much of. Lithuanians, we have seen it though. And we'll have to wait and see how this one shakes out. Nevertheless, I do additionally have to cast the finals for the 1300 bracket soon. Those games have been turned in. So we do have a best of 7 for the 1300 bracket. That will conclude that one that I have yet to cast, that I need to cast, and hope to do so tomorrow. At least that's my thought process on the matter. So we'll see how that works out. But that is a best of 7 between Samball49 and DJ. Once that is casted, everything will be caught up and up to date. But, of course, pending the semifinals between the winner of this and the opponent waiting, which is Die Rublos. And then, of course, a final matchup following that one against Mark Landers. So, spoilers, I suppose. But if you made it this far, if you've invested this much time to this, you're probably aware of how everything has gone through. And we're going to see 11 villagers coming out to some boar here in the middle. I like it a lot. Joe going for the mid, while Funny Liquid will bring in the boar via the villager, pulling them on in. Only saw 1 vill come in. We'll be taking 2 more vills here already. Obviously, there's a little bit more villager idle time here, but all things considered, I think going to the middle can be very beneficial, especially if you can defend that position. Now, we're going to see some potential blocking here. This horse is at 1.20 speed. The villager's only at 0.8 speed, so it is possible. Don't think that he's going for it, obviously. But timings will be important here. We'll have to wait and see. And Joe going to bring in 2 more boars here to these villagers. He's looking to take heavy advantage of the boar meat in the center. That villager will be fine as well. And that is a lot of boar meat under the town center. This vill, I guess, couldn't get this back, or maybe there was a house placed or something. Very interesting. We will see the barracks coming up already before the mill even. So maybe a little bit of aggression going to be coming here for Funny Liquid with her Dravidians. Does look like he's going out to the gold here. We'll drop a lumber camp, or mining camp, sorry. And we see 4 boars down. It's 1,000 food. 630 food left. More boars going to be coming in though. Loom already in. Villagers taking the food here. Just now shifting on to the wood. Obviously a very risky attempt. Joe though clicking up at 20 pop very, very comfortably here. And he will still have a lot of boar meat rotting away here. Meanwhile, Funny Liquid able to collect up himself, and he will be on to what I assume will be man-at-arms. Yeah, we do have the militia. And we'll have to wait and see. Joe on his way up. No barracks just yet, though. He has 9 on wood, so he shouldn't be too far away from it. He has already gotten an extremely large amount of food from the middle. But Funny Liquid is coming across the map. He's coming forward. Barracks will come down in the middle of the map. Vills are coming out for a mill. So both players with similar ideas. Militia numbers only up to 2. Very little food economy. Guessing he wants to go for the man-at-arms, though, before he shows those. Will be militia in defense here. And we've seen a lot of boar taken already here. Very good use of the mid. We do see some idols here. We have the militia. I'm sure we'll see soon to have different on the field. It will be an archery range. Interesting. So an archery range, which will be 3 militia coming forward. 2 militia for Joe. No man-at-arm upgrade. Okay. Villagers for Joe need to move on. He'll drop. Nope, he'll think it better. He will not go for the mill. He will come back for the berries. Did get a lot of resources here, and the militia over here should see this here. Yeah, so Joe is aware of that and the archery range. Maybe that's why he turned things around. The stable, though, already out as well. So, man-at-arms research on its way in. I think even with man-at-arms, he should be okay here. The scouts are running this way. The military will be forced to come back here. Joe, unfortunately, attacking some archery range here for a little bit. Trying to do some damage on the villagers. More scouts to come. Militia still moving around here. Some wall up on the side here as well. And we will see Spearman in defense, but he's housed. So, Funny Liquid is trying to deal with that position for himself there. More scouts continually being produced and sent forward here, but no damage being done. As I guess he wants to come back and try to deal with his military before it becomes a problem for him at home. And oh, Joe's building a tower here. I do not like the tower at all. I think the tower is a terrible decision, to be honest. He needs to wall it in if he's going to have it there. The skirmisher will be found out, as well as these vills. Oh, and this could be painful. There's food in those villagers' hands as well, as they are going to be falling. The man-at-arms will come back. One villager goes down here. Lots of idle time here, and the militia will get cleaned up very quickly. Tower ends up not being as necessary. Again, not a big fan of that. Could have just walled it up a little bit. Would have been better off, potentially. But behind this, economically, Joe with quite the advantage. 31 villagers to 25. A lot of idle TC time here. And 1 eco unit getting killed. I think he should have walled this in. Will he regret it is the question. I feel like he's going to. This whole wood line could be in danger. Scouts are coming back for the vills. There's one spear here. I think you fight the spear first, and you're fine. He will fight the spear. Now he's gonna mess around and go for the vill. Ends up losing 2. Will be 3. Oh no, Joe's in some trouble there. Tower ends up getting a kill. The tower ends up getting some value, but he should have just fought the 1 spear there, I think. Always difficult. And these guys will dive under here? No, they're going to turn around before the garrison comes. Economically, Joe is looking to be in a fine position, but obviously he's lost his position on the map here and has only killed 1 vill. A lot of farms coming up here for both, obviously. 11 without horse collar, and now we'll have 15 without horse collar here as well. These scouts are trying to pick off another vill, not going to be able to do so. Military is very much in favor here of Joe here. 7 vil advantage at the moment. Military count though, 13 to 4. We'll see a blacksmith come up behind this. There are 2 spears still here trying to deal with this. It's an interesting position, but I think that Joe dives on the archers here. Really awkward pathing, unfortunately, for him. Bloodlines are going to be coming in here. Going to be up to 18 farms compared to still the 12 over here. Wall up is complete for Funny Liquid now, though. Joe desperately trying to find some more damage. Once Bloodlines come in, maybe he'll take a big fight. Gonna be going up to the next age, so maybe he'll just opt to save these for a later time. We will see a stable coming up at home here. Not really much of a way to do damage. I really think walling over here could be a really beneficial situation, though. Seeing more man-at-arms produced? Yeah, we got a 4th one. I don't know if that was a misclick or what, but Joe is on his way to the Castle Age. And he canceled Bloodlines just in order to click it again at a later date, apparently. And we see some food being purchased and Funny Liquid on his way up as well. Joe, though, will be getting the foraging upgrade as well as Bloodlines here in the next 30 seconds. Bloodlines, will it complete is the question. It'll be very close. Like it will, but just barely. That man-at-arm took a lot of damage there, so it's good for Joe. So 2 stable, 3 stable play. These scouts just being annoying. Doing everything he can to annoy as best he can here. They do have bloodlines. They will have +1/+1. And economically, it's 42 to 37 right now. And oh, count another vil dead even. That is actually, oh, 2 vils dead. Funny Liquid falling apart here with the boars. Joe up to the next stage. We'll have 1 knight, 2 knights, and iron casting coming out here. Wait and see how this one works out, though. Joe seems to be in a fine position now that he's dealt with some of this. It will be a barracks, though. Unfortunately, I don't know what you do against the Dravidians here, though, if they get to their composition to deal with this. It will be quite interesting to find out here. More dancing back and forth. The knights have arrived now, though, and it looks like the big cleanup could happen anytime here, as these scouts will get an extremely good value, all things considered. Again, a lot of ills, a lot of problems. Pikeman upgrade comes in. Joe will have to turn back now. Monastery and forward siege workshop a coming. Joe gonna get double bit X behind this. Gonna get another house up. Joe is sitting in a decent position with the villagers right now, but he has very little map control and cannot seem to find a way to do damage, which is always problematic here. This is fully walled up. And fletching on its way in, so we're gonna see continued archer production, probably crossbows before too long. All these upgrades, you know, coming in here. And economically with the lead, maybe Joe tries to get on some stone at some point. He has a stone here. Only stone he has other than this one over here. It will be difficult there, and oh, the mangonel will be caught out and should go down here. I think you have to dive on that on. Oh, he tries to, but unsuccessfully. It might be time to get your own siege workshop. Joe already on it, and he'll be happy to do so here. It is 1 TC to 1 TC right now. Joe with an impressive 17-second idle TC time, however. And grabbing those relics with the Lithuanians could be all the importance here that you need. Knights coming forward will be turning around. These knights could potentially try to go forward and do some damage. Could get in somewhere. It could be huge. Question is, will he be able to do so? Mangonel here already. No, he's housed. He has a scorpion. No Mangonel. Joe needs houses immediately. He's just now getting horse collar as well. The knights are diving here on one spearman. Gonna take out that horse scout as well, and we do have an armored elephant already here. Mangonel, though, will pop out. And again, this not being walled, I'm afraid, could be problematic here. He's not paying attention, though. Oh, and he gets it somehow. That conversion was super quick. Joe is going to be under a lot of stress here. A lot of pressure still. No relic scorpions is all he's got coming out here. And that knight was converted. Big knight numbers, so there's a lot of pikemen here. And the scorpion goes down. This is going to be a bad fight for Joe as there's too many pikemen here. Too many pikemen, he converts one. Oh, and all those villagers go down. Joe's in trouble. He's having trouble dealing with this push. A very nice push here, the Dravidian push. Oh, he's pulling vills. Joe could be in some trouble here. The knight conversions don't come in, but this is 5 villagers that will surely be dying here. Mangonel will take out the Mangonel. And actually, this isn't too bad. The villagers are still alive, but some friendly fire there. Does get cleaned up a lot, but Joe with a lot of pressure on him here. And he's falling off here quite a bit now. Villager is 51 to 51. And more forward progression continues here. Now villagers trying to save themselves. These pikemen will trade off well enough. And that's just more pikemen here. I think Joe needs a tech switch. Said he's going for a market. And more knights? It looks like he's not really able to produce anymore right now. It is pushed back for the time being, though. Pikeman, monk for Dravidians, though, seems to be the right answer here. And no monks in. That's going to be quite nice. The Scorpion going to get at least 2 villager kills here. Oh no, he didn't. No, Joe, finish the vill. Oh, that's unfortunate. And with that monastery going up, and with all the pikeman production, he's got, what, 3 barracks now? Yeah, 3 barracks. He's got monks. He's got the push alive. Scorpions being researched into. Another forward siege workshop become an armored elephant was in production. Was cancelled for choice of Mangonel here. Gonna be quite difficult to deal with this. Good healing going on from both. Scorpions find themselves out of position here, though, and in some problems. And that monk is going to try to get a conversion. He's going for a full HP. He does get it as well. Scorpions doing what they can, but Scorpions not finding all the success that they need here. And the military numbers suddenly 15 to 6. And getting more and more difficult to deal with, especially once foraging does come in here for Funny Liquid. Scorpion, well, down to 1 again. Will be a second, but it pops out, and Mangonel could probably kill that fairly easily. Armored elephant on its way here. It's getting more and more difficult to deal with this push. Joe footing up a fight, and he's just going to call it there. Funny Liquid will take the set 3 games to 2 here. And what went the distance? And what was a very interesting set indeed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That is the end of this one here. We're going to jump to the brackets really quickly. And we're going to update the bracket here. You guys are looking to avoid spoilers. This is your last chance. 3, 2, 1. All right. Funny Liquid takes the set 3 games to 2 over Joe. Moves on to face Diary Bloss, who's waiting for his opponent, now has one. And then Mark Landers, already making it to the finals, will face the winner of Funny Liquid and Diary Bloss. Thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know it's been a fun tournament, fun series. Lots of great things for this tournament. Very happy. Hope you guys have enjoyed, but